ASAP started on 1st of July 2010. It's a partnership between Poppyscotland and the Scottish Bureau Service. One of the issues that was identified in research was that people didn't know where to turn for advice. So they might get in touch with one particular agency and they can deal with some of their issues, but they can't necessarily deal with all the problems they've got. So Poppyscotland and Citizens Advice Bureau Service got together to provide a bespoke service for members of the Armed Forces community. We have trained advisors in several bureaus across Scotland, and we also have a helpline. What we will do is provide very specific advice, support and information to them. We find that members of the Armed Forces community have the same sorts of problems as everybody else, but they tend to be, or they can be, exacerbated by their service experience. And what we find is that one thing can lead to another, and our clients have lots of different problems, all interconnected. It can be that some people have taken years to get to the point of asking for advice. It could be that people come to us straight away. We have a really wide range of clients.
So our role encompasses from the basic assistance to fill in a form, or signposting them for help, or moral support at meetings with agencies, right up to representation at benefit appeals, and we also attend the war pension appeals to give moral support. So it's quite an all-encompassing role that deals with all aspects of living and the difficulties that some of the more troubled veterans experience. And what we're really seeing at the moment is the impact of the welfare reform, the impact of the benefits of those that have perhaps been medically discharged from the military, those with a pension or whatever, having to go through the ATOS assessments. But we're also seeing problems with fuel poverty, food poverty, people unemployed, people with 0 hours contracts that have got lags on their wages from one month to the next. But I should add, for the majority of veterans, we don't see them because their life's fine, their life's in order, and their housing's okay, their employment's okay, relationships are okay, they've no underlying addictions or mental health problems, and they're an asset to their employer and to their community. But the ones we see, the problems are quite acute and deep-rooted.
Whatever it is, we're dealing with a particularly vulnerable client group. And because they're a particularly vulnerable client group, they need an awful lot of support. And that said, we want to give them that specialist support and advice, which is why it's so important that our advisors are paid specialists, trained advisors who can actually spend the time with people and who've built a network of local connections so that it can tie in all the other support services that these people need. We want to work with as many different organisations as possible to make sure that people get the help that they need.